Thank you for waking up with Happy Ass, where we come together to grow mind, body, and spirit so we can turn go out and make the world a brighter and sweeter place to live for ourselves and for others. I am so happy to be with y'all today, and I had a whole topic because I'm reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, but I heard something today that I thought maybe y'all needed to hear too and might help you just have a better life. Just be better mind, body, and spirit. So if you're coming to me from Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and all those places, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're on YouTube, thank you so much. And if you're joining me live, wow. A lot of you don't join me live, but you tell, so I think nobody's listening. And then I see people on the street and they say, oh, I love my happy ass life. And yesterday they were thanking my happy ass life at an event, for being a sponsor. And she said, my happy beep life. So if you have to say my happy beep life, that's fine too. So, I want to talk to you about forgiveness. I know, and let me tell you one that came about this morning. So, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Lisa Turkos, but Lisa Turkos goes to, what's the guy's name that's so good? Stephen Furtick's church. And so she is a guest speaker sometimes, guest pastor, and she just did a fabulous job. And if you know anything about her, I'll give you a little quick snippet. She I think it's Proverbs 31 Ministries. She has a ministry and she's a speaker. She's a writer. She's an amazing author. One of her best books is, about boundaries, goodbyes and good boundaries. One of the best books I've ever read about boundaries. Whether you're a Christian or not, it doesn't matter. That book is fabulous about boundaries, and I'm in great need of them because of all my growing up with alcoholism and drug addiction and people pleasing and all that stuff. It's a constant thing for me. So she had a very, very, very public divorce. She stayed with her husband for about 10 years. He had a massive porn addiction and also would go step out on her and stuff like that. It was very public, and she's, she doesn't want it to be public, but it is. So she takes him back and then he does it again, and so she had to walk through that, and it was horrible. It was very painful. And she said that she was, just had the hardest time. He said, how do you forgive what you can't forget? And she said she went to a minister or went to a theologian and said, she had to have 1,000 hours of studying. What does the Bible really say about forgiveness? What does it really, really say about it? And she said what she was really trying to do was find a loophole. She was trying to find a loophole of, surely there's something out there, surely that is unforgivable. And turns out it's not. It's not, because this is the deal. This is the deal. Forgiveness is not for them. It is for you. It is for you. When I hang on to unforgiveness, when I harbor that in my heart, I am staying trapped in that very thing that I want to let go of. I'm trapped in it. I just, I hear people all the time, I just can't forgive that. I can't. Well, okay. You're just saying, I can't live a life of freedom. I can't live a life that is good for me. I can't live a life that's going to give me the best life ever. That's what you're saying. You're blocking the very thing that could give you the best life ever. For what? So that somebody can hurt you over and over again. And she said that her therapist, she went to him one day and she's going through this stuff, and she's just having a really rough day, one of her worst days ever. And he said, today's a good day for us to talk about forgiveness. And she said she looked at him and said, are you high? I just told you I am just in the worst place ever. And you know what? Maybe if you are in the worst place ever, you start and look in your heart and see if there's forgiveness that needs to be given. But even better than that, how about pre-forgiveness? How about pre-forgiveness? How about and I've added it to my routine. I have my routine every day where I get up and I say my affirmations, I say my prayers, I meditate, I write down all those things. How about if you pre-decide to forgive those that might do wrong to you that day. Pre-forgive. Don't be ready to harp on the next thing that upsets you. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Who cares? Who freaking cares? I don't care, and you shouldn't either. It's not a big deal because it's not about what they're doing. It's about how I'm reacting and responding. Have you ever done that? Have you ever had something happen to you that's just really stupid and insignificant, and you carry it the whole day long? You just carry it with you. And y'all, you can do that if you want to, but I don't want to. I'm 65. I don't know how much time God has for me on this beautiful, magical planet. I want it to be filled with love and joy and peace and harmony and goodness. And I can't do that if I hold on to unforgiveness in my heart. And and I know you think about the worst things that have ever happened to you, and you think, how can I do that? You can do that because it's for you. Forgiveness is for you, not the other person. It's for you. It makes you so much lighter. It makes your life so much freer. And this is cool. This is a really good one to think about. God does require that we forgive. It is a requirement. It is mandatory. But what is not mandatory is reconciliation. We don't have to reconcile with people who have done us wrong. We don't have to. If it's not something that carries us forward with our life, and it's not something that's conducive to a good life for us and for them, we don't have to reconcile, but we do have to forgive. And sometimes we do reconcile. And that's between you and whoever. But I love what she said. It says, forgiveness is not a tactic for people to keep hurting you. Forgiveness is mandatory. Reconciliation is not. And another thing that I've said all the time, and this is something I've said since I was a little bitty girl, and I don't know where I got it from, but do I want to be right, or do I want to have a happy heart? Y'all, I want to have a happy heart. I want to have a happy heart no matter what. No matter what. And my happy heart is my responsibility. And it's how I respond to something. My responsibility. How do I respond? So I want us to add, if you can't forgive, please do so. Please work on it. But how about if you make forgiveness a part of your daily routine? Pre-forgiveness. How about if you get up every day and go, God, I know something's going to happen to me. It always does. Like she says, you're either hurt, you've been hurt, or you're about to be hurt. And she said, somebody said to her, that's not very positive, Lisa. And she said, oh, I'm positive. I'm positive. You're going to hurt, been hurt, or about to hurt. So things are going to happen to us. How about if we pre-decide to pre-forgive those that might hurt us and might do wrong to us? And always realize too, it's usually not about you, y'all. It's about what is in the heart of that other person. So, all right, our message today, or our affirmation today, is pre-forgiveness. Pre-forgiveness. Forgiveness paves the way. Part of my daily routine is to enter my day in a state of pre-forgiveness. Forgiveness is not just for me. It's for me. I want to live a life free of the consequences of unintended anger. I want to live a life unencumbered by my past. A life that is open to all that God has for me. I don't allow anything to block the flow of goodness and peace in my life. I don't allow anything to block the flow of goodness and peace in my life. Forgiveness is for me, and so it is. And I want to make sure unattended anger, I didn't mean to say unintended, is unattended anger. Anger that we don't attend to. Anger that keeps festering in our lives and we don't look into it. We don't dissect it to see where it's coming from, because it's coming from somewhere. And if it's not attended to, it will erupt at the strangest and most inopportune times. So let's make sure that's part of our daily routine, is to pre-forgive, because there's no reason, y'all, whatsoever that you can't live a life of joy and peace and tranquility and prosperity, but you make that decision ahead of time, not in the middle of all the crazy. You know what I mean? So I love you with all my heart, mind, soul, and body. And I pray your day is lovely and filled with peace and filled with goodness. And let's just offer our hearts and our minds and our spirits to a wanting and needing world. Be sweet, y'all. Bye.